giving you an opportunity to get the full story from the people who tell it best. This is Mediacom News Leaders.
I'm Elizabeth Kling with Mediacom News Leaders. You may have heard of civil disobedience as a form of protest, but this month, visual disobedience is the theme at the Anderson Gallery at Drake University here in Des Moines. And here to tell us more about this unique show is Lenore Metrick Chen, a professor of art and cultural history there at Drake. And thank you so much for coming in.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So this sounds like such a unique experience to see this show. Tell us about what we will see there.
Well, the artworks are all by Iowa artists, and they are all about issues in the media today, current in our culture, and things that affect everybody. And what I was thinking is, this is such a polemic time in our history, in our country's history. And we have this opportunity here in Des Moines with the debates. The Democratic debates are here, and Trump will be here, and then of course the caucuses. I wanted Anderson Gallery to reflect what's happening in our part of the world. Mm-hmm. And so I created a show with Iowa artists who are taking on these issues. And the show is saying no to power, saying think about these issues, look at them in different ways, and really challenging the way that they might be represented by certain people in the state legislature and the government.
So you had this idea for this show. You said the different professors serve as the curators for different shows at the gallery. And talk about the timeline then for bringing it to reality and finding the right artists and the right pieces to incorporate into this.
That was a challenge for me because we didn't have a gallery director until August. We did a new hire, and we were fortunate to get the person we did. And because she seemed to be able to handle things, I felt that I could do a somewhat more challenging show than one where you merely put up art on the wall. This one took a lot of reaching out to artists, having them bring their art in, and then arranging it. I arranged it in terms of the topics, the themes that are in our culture today, so that there's race, immigration, gender, capitalism, environment, and so on. Yeah. So taking on all those issues, and then I had about maybe a month and a half to try and locate the artists, but we're very fortunate in Iowa to have really wonderful artists. And the artists I found for the show range from people who are basically just finished school a couple years ago and got their art degrees, and they're doing an amazing artworks, to people who are internationally famous and received Guggenheim Awards or have been representing us at major exhibitions internationally. So there's a wide range of artists, and they were all so wonderful to agree to be in this show.
Yeah. Any pieces that are particular favorites for you, or that people may want to be sure to keep an eye out for as they go through to experience this?
Well, I really love the works of most of these, actually all the artists. Yeah. One work that would be, I think, very entertaining to people is done by Edward Kelly, and he created a form of a gumball machine, and it's an installation. On the sides of the installation on the wall are logos from corporations, and then when you deposit your 50 cents in the gumball machine, you get one of those little plastic containers, and inside the container is a dollar bill with part of a logo. So if you collect them all, you can make the entire logo. And what's so amusing about this piece is that you put in 50 cents and you get $1. So it's really a losing proposition for the artists, and it gets at a lot of ideas about consumerism and capitalism today, and who's making the money and who is losing.
Very interesting. So if people want to experience this, then what do they need to know as far as setting up a time to come there? Do they need tickets ahead of time?
The gallery is free and open to the public Tuesdays through Sundays. I believe the hours are noon to 4, but I'd suggest you call the gallery just to make sure. But generally, I believe we're only closed on Mondays.
And on campus, as far as finding it, where is it located?
Unfortunately, there's no signage. There might be
a hidden
some
gem.
Yeah, but if you go to 25th and Carpenter, there's a low building running the length of 25th Street that has slate on it. That's where the gallery is. So the gallery is very long and low, and
but worth the time to visit.
We really do wonderful things at the gallery, and as I said, at this time, to have a show that really calls into question all sorts of issues is great. And the other thing about the show that I wanted to have is a place where people feel comfortable gathering, where it isn't polemical, where the artwork isn't propagandistic. It really gives you a lot of different ways to think about issues, so that a person going there might start to talk and engage with the person next to them, and it creates a feeling of being together, but not necessarily all sharing the same opinion. It really is democracy at work.
Bringing in people from many walks of life together to reflect.
That's exactly right.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
We've been talking with Lenore Metrick Chen, a professor of art and cultural history at Drake University. Join us next time here on Mediacom News Leaders.